Awesome. So whether you are in a seat or you are comfy lying down, start to just bring one hand to your belly, just right on top of your belly button, and then one hand right to the center of your chest. So right on top of your chest. So you have one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. And just take a deep breath in right there. Feel your body get just a little bit bigger as you breathe in. And take a deep breath out. Feel your body almost relax a little bit more as you breathe out and empty. You're going to do that 2 more times. Maybe even start to close your eyes and take a deep breath in. A long breath out. One more. See if you can make it even bigger, even longer. Breathe in. Maybe even open up your mouth. Now with your eyes closed, your hands can stay where they are. You can let them rest. We're going to do a little bit more breathing, but using a 3 count. So I want you to start to breathe in nice and slow for the count of 3, 2, 1. And then breathe all the way out just as slow. 3, 2, 1. 2 more like that. Breathe in. 3, 2, 1. Breathe all the way out. 2, 1. And whether you are lying down or in a seat, see if you can stretch your arms just alongside your ears here. You can maybe reach with one hand and let one side get a little bit longer. And then reach with the other hand. Feel the other side get a little bit longer. And then reach with both hands. Take a deep breath in. And then slowly just let your hands, your arms return back down along your sides. And then with that little bit of space you've created, start to just wiggle your toes. And then wiggle your fingers. Start to shrug your shoulders, maybe even towards your ears. I want you to take a deep breath in right here. Keep them shrugging up. And then a deep breath out to let them relax. Do that one more time. Shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. And then use your breath out to let them relax. And start to make fists with your hands. You're going to scrunch up your hands like you're squeezing something in the palm of your hand so tight. Notice how your arms start to feel a little bit stronger, a little bit tighter. Take a deep breath in. Keep squeezing your palms in. And take a deep breath out to open your hands and notice what happens as your fingers start to soften, as they start to relax. So we can use that breath in to fill all the way up to the top and use the breath out to relax every muscle in our body. Let's do that one more time together, all the way in, but I want you to squeeze the shoulders up and squeeze the hands in. Keep everything in, maybe even scrunch up your face. Take a deep breath in. And then let everything go as you relax. So your shoulders are relaxed. Your face is relaxed. Your hands, your fingers, all relax. And see if you can just sit here or lay where you are. For the count of 10. Maybe you close the eyes. 9. Nice and easy. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last 1. And if you're exactly where you'd like to stay, nice and relaxed, whether in a seat or lying down, you can stay just where you are. Continuing to breathe nice and slow. Or if you'd like to add in a little bit more movement, you can make your way to a seat if you are not already there. And then again, sitting up nice and tall, all the way through the crown of your head, the top of your head. Take a breath in. Start to drop your right ear over to your right shoulder and pause. They don't have to touch. So keep the right shoulder drawing down. Just feel the left side of the neck get a little bit longer. And then start to roll your chin down towards the center of your chest, but nothing else moves, just your head. And then your left ear will roll over to your left shoulder. Feel the length in the right side of your neck. And then come back up through center. So the crown of your head lifts up towards the sky. Take a breath in to lift your chin. Maybe even start to feel the front of the throat open up. And then exhale to drop the chin back towards the center of the chest. And start to bring your hands to your knees, tip forward, and lift your chin open through the chest. And then as you exhale, lean back, drop your chin towards your chest. Your shoulders can almost shrug forward. Do that one more time, tip forward. Maybe even take the elbows back, lift the chin, lift the chest. And then exhale to round back like cat pose, but to lengthen the space in between the shoulder blades. And then come back up through center, sit up nice and tall. You'll reach your hand back up to the sky, just like you did before. And then start to twist over to the right, just for the breath out. And then come back through center, reach both hands high. You get to twist to the other side. And back up through center, take a breath in. Drop your right hand down and just lean and stretch over to the right. Back up through center. And then your left hand drops and you lean over to the left. Bring yourself back up through center, and like you were climbing a rope, one hand at a time reaches further and further, just creating a little bit more space in both sides of the waist. And then reach both hands up, interlace the fingers, flip the palms up towards the sky, maybe even start to look up behind your pinky finger. And then slowly bring your hands forward in front of you. Release the clasp of the hands. Staying in a seat if you wish. Or if you want even more movement, making your way to your hands and your knees, tabletop pose. And once in tabletop pose, see your fingers spread really wide apart, right underneath your shoulders. Knees right underneath your hips. And then start to lift your heart, finding that cow pose. Take a deep breath in, maybe even lift your chin. And then a deep breath out to round your upper back towards the sky, cat pose. One more like that, inhaling to cow, breathe in. And then the slow exhale to round into cat. And you'll come back into tabletop pose, right into the middle, and start to send your right leg behind you. You'll let it float hip height. And then just bend your knee 90 degrees here. I'm going to take a breath in to press your foot up a little higher. Now, as you breathe out, start to bring your right knee next to your left. I want you to look straight out to the right. Keep that right angle with the leg, or send that right knee straight out. And then bring it back to where you started, driving your foot back up to the sky, creating a circle. One more like that. Draw it down, out to the right, up and back. And start to set that right knee back down on the ground. You're going to sit back on your heels to give your wrists a break. Walk them back. Your fingers walk back towards your toes. And then lift your chest high here. Take a breath in, lift your chin. Big breath out to come back up through center and rise up onto your knees. Reach your hands high, take a full inhale. Use the exhale just to lean back and reach your hands forward. One more like that, inhale to rise up. Keep the belly strong as you tip back, breathing out. And then reach back up to the sky as you inhale. Drop the hands back down. It's back to that tabletop pose, right into cow. Breathe in, lift the heart. Exhaling to round for cat. And coming back into neutral, send the left leg behind you. Start to bend the knee 90 degrees. Just like you did before, you're going to kick that foot up and back. Bring it down towards your right knee, out to the left, and then nice and slow, kick up and back. One more like that, draw the knee down, out. So you're tracing that circle with your knee, send it up and back, and then set that left knee back down. Again, sit back on your heels, walk the hands back behind you one last time here to lift through the chest, take a breath in. Big exhale to come back through the middle. You'll rise up onto your knees. Take a huge inhale, reach the hands up and overhead. Exhale to lean back, reach the hands forward. Rising up, inhale. Right into downward facing dog. You'll plant the hands, tuck the toes, lift your feet. Start to pedal out the feet. Shake the hips. Side to side. I'm going to do that same motion, but lift the right leg here. So same thing, but we're in down dog. Start to bend the knee 90 degrees. You're going to press the foot up. Bring the knee towards the left knee. Right knee out to the right. And then up and back. Now you get to extend that right leg long. Step your right foot to your right thumb. Drop the left knee down. Reach the arms up and overhead. Take that big breath in to rise up. And then right away, bend the elbows wide like goalposts. Take a breath in to open through the chest. And then a breath out to pull the forearms together right in front of your face. And then you'll reach the hands up and overhead one more time. And then hands come down, framing your right foot. You're going to tuck the back toes, lift the knee off the ground, look forward. Step your left foot up to meet your right, forward fold. Halfway lift on the inhale, find that length. Big exhale to fold back down. Stand all the way up, nice and tall, breathe it. Bring your hands to your heart center. Right here in this mountain pose, you'll take that full breath in, fill all the way up, expand. Breathe all the way out to empty. And then you'll reach back up to the sky, grow even taller this time. And then exhale to fold, bowing the chest. Take your halfway lift, maybe hands to your shins. You'll plant the hands, step back to downward facing dog, nice and easy. Stay here, take a full inhale. Maybe open your mouth as you exhale. And then you'll rise up to your toes. Pull forward to plank as you breathe out. Take an inhale, prepare, drop the knees. And then just lower your chest and your chin. Just almost hover right above the ground. And then come right into cobra. You'll lift the heart, breathe it. Exhale, find the earth. You'll press back through your knees, back to downward facing dog, hips up and back. When you're ready, you lift the left leg up and back. Bend the knee 90 degrees. Press the heel up to the sky. Bring the knee next to the right. Send it out to the side. Tracing that circle, you'll send it up and back, but extend the leg long. Step the left foot to your left thumb. Drop the right knee down, sweep both arms high. Big inhale to rise up. Exhale to bend the elbows wide. Take a breath in to open through the chest. Breathe out, pour the forearms together in front of your face. Reach the hands up, grow a little bit taller. And then hands come down, framing your left foot. Tucking your back toes, lift the knee, look forward. Right foot comes to meet the left, you fold at the top of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Stand all the way up, rise, take that huge inhale to reach. And bring your hands to your heart center. You'll go right back up, huge inhale. And exhale, fold, bowing down. Halfway lift, breathe in that length. Downward facing dog, stepping the feet back. Right into plank as you inhale, pull forward. Lower knees, chest, and your chin. Right into cobra, lifting the heart. Exhale to lower. Pressing through your knees back to downward facing dog. Take a huge inhale right here. Big exhale. You'll lift the right leg up and back. Big breath in. Just use the breath out to step right foot to your right thumb. You're going to keep that back knee lifted, but I want you to soften it, so bend it a little. Start to reach the hands forward and then reach them up to the sky. So you're coming into a higher pathway, that higher lunge here. Reach up towards the sky, take a big inhale. Bend the elbows wide like goalposts. Take a breath in to open through the chest. And then exhale to bring the forearms together in front of you. Now a little bit different, you're gonna reach the hands up and overhead. Open up, warrior two. So your right knee is bent, your arms are long. Reverse your warrior, right hand will rise, take a breath in. And then find your extended side angle just for the breath out. Forearm to your thigh, left arm over your ear. Take one more, inhale. Back to warrior two. Straighten the legs, reach the arms high. Start to parallel the feet facing the long edge of your mat. You can heel toe them closer. Heels in, toes out, bend your knees. Hands can either come to your heart center or start to bring them just to the top of your thighs. And then lift the heart a little bit higher. You're just here for 2. Maybe a little sway side to side. Find your breath. Maybe even one hand comes to your belly. One hand returns to the heart. Last one. And then straighten the legs. Sweep the arms up and overhead. Breathe in. We're going to switch it up. Start to come to warrior 2 to the back of your mat. Your left knee gets to bend. So we're going to move in a circle today, switching our perspective. Start to wiggle your right finger. You're going to sweep them down in front of you and find a high lunge at the back of your mat. So now your left knee is bent. Take a big breath in to lift the heart a little higher. And then tip the heart forward, sweep the arms back like airplane wings. Try not to think about it too much. Just take that one more inhale to sweep back up, high lunge. Step the right foot to meet the left, chair pose. So you're facing the back of your mat, lifting through the chest, big breath in. Sink a little bit lower. Slowly bring your hands to your heart center. Start to pick the left heel up. Send the left heel back as you tip the heart forward. And then play with balance as you land back in a lunge. Now it's your right knee that's in front. You'll reach the hands up and overhead. Take a big inhale, just one breath in to get taller. Open up, warrior 2. Your right knee stays bent. Reverse your warrior, right hand rises. Exhale into extended side angle. Take a breath in right here. Back to warrior 2 as you breathe out. Now this time you get to straighten the legs and reach the arms high, parallel the feet. And then forward fold, hinge at the hips. Bringing your hands to the ground, you can find a halfway lift if that feels good. And then exhale to fold in. Maybe shake out the head, yes and no. If you want to bend one knee at a time, that might feel good. And whenever you're ready, it's back to that halfway lift. Breathe in, lift. Start to frame your left foot at the top of your mat. It's a low lunge, so your hands are on the ground. And then just step back to plank. Your feet come together. You have 2 options. You can bring both heels over to the right for a full side plank, or you can drop your right knee down for that modified side plank. Whatever you choose, maybe you start to float the left foot. Maybe reach the left arm over your ear. And then come back to plank pose. Take that big breath in to stay. And then just press back, soften through the knees, downward facing dog. Huge inhale to fill all the way up. Open the mouth if you need to. And you get to lift the left leg up and back. Breathe it in. Use the exhale, step the left foot through. So now we complete that circle, but on the other side, start to soften the back knee. Float the hands. Reach them up and overhead. Rooting through that front foot, sit up or stand up a little bit taller. Bend the elbows wide. Take a breath in, open through the chest. Exhale to bring the forearms together in front of your face. You'll reach up even higher as you inhale. Open up, even wider, warrior 2. Bending through the left knee. Reverse your warrior, left hand will rise. And then come into side angle as you breathe up. Take one more inhale, reach through the right fingertips. Back to warrior 2. Straighten the legs, reach the arms up and overhead. You can heel toe the feet a little closer, but take the toes out, heels in, bend through the knees. Maybe it's one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Close your eyes and breathe for 3. Can you lift through the chest even more? Last 2. Breathing in and out through your nose, creating that heat. Last 1. And then you get to release it. Stand up, sweep the arms high. Now it's warrior 2 to the back of your mat. Your right knee starts to bend. Now wiggle your left fingertips this time. You're going to sweep them down in front of you and then reach them towards the back of your mat, lifting the back heel up, coming into a lunge towards the back of your mat. Reaching the hands up, take a big breath in. Tip the heart forward, sweep the arms back like airplane wings. Now here, can you see if you can squeeze the shoulder blades together? Stay, big breath out. Now you'll sweep back up, maybe even soften that left knee as you rise, and then step up to chair pose. You're facing the back of your mat still. Take a full breath in. Bring your hands to your heart center. Now you get to switch it up to complete that circle. Weight into the left foot. Pick your right heel up. Send it back, heart forward. Maybe catch a moment where you balance. Bend through the left knee enough to land that right foot back into that lunge. You'll reach the hands up. Take one breath in. And start to open up warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. Left hand will rise. Extended side angle. One breath in to get even longer. Breathe out, back to warrior 2. This time you straighten the legs, parallel the feet, reach the arms up. Hinge at the hips, you fold forward. Now this moment of release, you can shake out the head. Maybe open and close the mouth a few times. Notice if you're holding tension in the jaw. And it's back to that halfway lift. When you're ready, breathe in. See your right foot. You're going to frame it, that low lunge at the top of your mat. Step back to plank. Feet come together. Your heels, both of them can either go over to the left or you drop that left knee down and you reach the right arm up. Maybe you start to float that right leg. Take one more inhale. Maybe the arm goes over the ear. And it's back to your plank. And then slowly press back downward, facing dog. Big inhale to fill all the way up as you rise to your toes. Pull forward back to plank pose. Enough to drop the right forearm down. Drop the left forearm down. You're not here long, just for 3. Strong, steady breath. Last 2. Last 1. You slowly drop the hips down. You're going to point the toes straight back so the tops of your feet press on the ground. Your forearms stay and lift your chest high. So it's called Sphinx Pose. You'll take that breath in through your nose. Big breath out. And then you'll slowly return forehead to the ground. And take your arms down along your sides. We just have 2 belly back bends here, so locust. Now if it feels okay, you can start to keep the tops of your feet on the ground. Maybe even your hands or the pads of your fingers stay on the earth. As you start to lift your head, the heads of the shoulders and the shoulder blades squeeze towards one another. Now, it's not about how high you go, but how long you can stay. So think about this as creating strength in the low back. Take one more inhale and exhale to release all the way back down to the ground. Now, you can take one more like that, or if you want, bending the knees. Maybe grabbing for the top of the feet, but try not to let the knees splay out to the side. Keep them in line with your hips. As you lift up, maybe find bow pose. Or that locust, wherever you are, stay, just for 2. Last inhale. And then exhale, you get to slowly release. Bring one ear down to the ground, and then just windshield wiper your legs side to side. Let your legs find the ground. Forehead finds the earth. Hands under your shoulders, find tabletop. Hands and knees. And once you're there, take your right ribs over to the right. Your left ribs to the left. Do that one more time. Think about creating almost like the letter C. Let your head, your tailbone be an extension of that moving line side to side. And come back to center. Send your right leg behind you just like you did before. Let it float. Bend the knee 90 degrees, but this time you'll take that breath in. Cross the knee behind the left. Take your feet wide. Now squeeze your inner thighs together just to send your seat back and the chest forward so you can feel the low back, the hips lengthen and stretch. Maybe even close the eyes. Full breath in. Big or exhale. And you'll shift back forward. Extend that right leg behind you. Set the right knee back down. And you switch sides. Left leg goes long. Bend the knee. Take that breath in to stay. And then cross the knee behind the right. Feet can go wide. As you send the feet further back, almost like you were coming into child's pose. And you breathe just here for 2. Last one. Shifting forward. You'll unravel the legs, coming back into that tabletop. One round of cat-cow to rinse it all out. Take a breath in, lift through the heart. And then exhale to round and press the ground away. And sit back on your heels. You bring your hands to the top of your thighs. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears. Allow them to fall and release. Big inhale, fill up belly, ribs, chest. Open your mouth like a sigh, let it all go. Staying here in a seat if you'd like more time, or sit off to the side, swing your legs out in front of you. Give them a little bit of a shake here. And then bend your knees, you'll plant your feet. Maybe even take your hands to your shins and lift your heart higher here, like you sit up really tall. And then start to reach your hands forward. Take a breath in. Slowly find the ground. See if your heels can stay on the earth as you lower your entire spine. Once you make your way to your back, you can even walk your heels just a little bit closer towards your seat. And then one opportunity for bridge here. Your arms can come down along your sides, press through your feet. Lift your seat up here, gaze straight up towards the ceiling. 5 of your own breaths, nice and strong. Can the legs stay active? Can the low back even lengthen? Whenever you're ready, you'll slowly release. Heel toe your feet a little bit wider and just knock your knees together to reset the low back. Arms can come out like goalposts, so open through the chest. Take a moment of stillness. You breathe in and out. Keeping the feet where they are, just separate the knees a little bit wider apart. And let both knees then fall over to the right. Just an easy twist here. Now, if you'd like to intensify, you can take that right ankle right on top of the left thigh to draw it down. That's certainly not a requirement. Bring yourself back through center. Reset the feet about mat width distance apart. Knees separated, let them fall over to the left. That option to take the ankle over the thigh, only if it's helpful. And you'll bring yourself back through center. Pausing in neutral here for a moment. Take a breath in and a big breath out. Start to hug your knees into your chest. Squeeze them in. And then take your knees a little bit wider. Stay here or grab the soles of your feet for happy baby pose. Maybe a little rock side to side. And then hug your knees in. Give yourself a squeeze here. Maybe even start to bring your forehead or your nose up towards your knees. Maybe you wrap your arms around your shins. You might even grab for the bottom of your feet. So like you're in a tiny little ball here. Take one more huge inhale. Fill everything up. Squeeze everything in. And then let everything release here. You come into your final shape. Shavasana. Your legs go long. Arms down along your sides. You might even lift your chest up a little to slide your shoulder blades together underneath you and then allow that to soften towards the ground. See if you can take your awareness to your toes. The soles of your feet, and even your ankles. Allow them to soften and relax. Bring your awareness to your shins, your calves, your knees. Your thighs and even your hamstrings. Take a deep breath in. And a breath out. Let them relax. Your hips, your belly, your low back. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out, let them relax. In the back of your heart, your shoulder blades, the front of your chest, even your shoulders, your arms, and even the tips of your fingers. Breathe in. And let them relax. Your neck, in front of your throat, your jaw, your ears, your eyes, even your forehead and the top of your head. Take a deep breath in to notice. And a deep breath out, let them relax. Allowing your whole body to be still, to feel calm. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And take a big breath in, fill everything up. Breathe all the way out, like a big sigh. And slowly start to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Maybe even start to rock your head side to side. Keeping your eyes closed, just start to bend your knees. Maybe even reach your arms back over your head here. And roll onto your side. And ever so gently, you'll just press yourself up. Coming back to that seat, maybe even where you started. Hands can rest on your knees for a moment as you sit up tall. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Bring your hands together right in front of your chest. Maybe even slightly bow your chin towards that space. Honor yourself for making the time, the space to breathe, to move, and even to be still. Remember to be kind to yourself and share that kindness with others. Namaste.